Crash Cars today, guys. Here we are with a 2015 F-150 Platinum. Now, Ford has a very awesome benchmark. They are the owners of the F-150, obviously, and the F-150 is the #1 selling vehicle of all time internationally. Now, there's actually a statistic saying that the F-150 sells about every 43 seconds. So, by the second the 43-second mark hits on this video, y'all will see one F-150 has been sold. Not kidding. Now, this puppy's got 385 horsepower and 387 foot-pounds of torque. It is only 3,000 pounds. That is ridiculous. Now, 3,000 pounds, what do you see that in? You usually see that in sports cars and super fast cars. But it's a pickup truck, and it's only got 3,000 pounds of body and chassis with a 385 motor. It moves. Let's just say that with a 0 to 60 of about 5.5 seconds, it's actually just as fast as an AMG G-Wagon 63, which is ridiculous because it's an F-150. Like, come on. Now, in 2015, Ford did release this new body style. What they did was the entire outside, the body basically, is aluminum. And that aluminum is actually a military-grade aluminum that Ford designed with the military, and they put it on this. It actually took about 500 pounds off of the total curb weight, while they kept the steel frame underneath, so you still get that insane strength. And I know some of y'all are thinking, aluminum is like a tin can and just cracks and wrinkles and all that. But here, I'm leaning on it, 180 pounds. It doesn't put a dent in it. It's very sturdy, very, very, very sturdy. You can ding it, you can kick it, you can do whatever you want. It's not gonna dent. Whatever they did to it, it's awesome. Now, obviously there's some aftermarket stuff on this and all that, but it makes it look good. And I mean, the truck good standard as it is. But Ford, they are one to absolutely blow out of proportions the looks. They, in my opinion, are the best looking truck out there. Yeah, I'm a Ford guy. Sorry, Chevy guys, do whatever you want. But Ford has always made a very clean, very good looking truck, and it's just awesome. Now, a Platinum, what is that? It is a level of the F-150, basically a production model. You got a couple of them. You got the XL, you got the XLT, you got the Lariat, and then the King Ranch, and then the Platinum. The XL, you can only get a couple model options like leather seats, fake leather seats, and 4 doors. The XLT, you can get a couple more things. The Lariat, you can get real leather. The King Ranch comes with it's a special kind of interior and a paint job. And then the Platinum is kind of your Range Rover model, I guess you could say. It's got all the fancy doohickeys and all the gadgets you could want. It's got a moonroof. It's got electric running board. Basically, the footstep comes down when you open the door. It's got full LED headlamps. And the Platinum only comes in a V8, thankfully, because V8s are awesome. Now, specs, performance, blah, 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 you know the spiel. Looks, they talk for themselves. The interior can also talk for itself. So you know what? Let's check that out after I show you the engine bay, because it's a V8, it's American muscle, and it's something to talk about. So let's check that out first, and I'll show you all the interior. Come on. Here we are now inside the engine bay. I mean, it's not much, but hey, you got that good old American Muscle V8 right there. It's a 5.0 liter, just to be exact. I mean, it's American Muscle. They're not gonna be like a little Italian sports car and deck it out inside. They're gonna make it raw, show what it is. They're not gonna hide it away underneath some fancy little cover. Here it is. Ford F-150 Platinum V8 right there. Now, let's get out of this scorching sun and let's go check out that interior like I said we would. Well, that's a big step. I should have parked it better. All right, so here we are now on the inside of this 2015 F-150 Platinum. As you can see, it is absolutely luxurious in here. Not at all like a little old ranch truck. Oh, hold on, it's actually really hot in here. Anyway, it's not like any ranch truck you would ever see or even think of. It's basically a Range Rover in here. I mean, you got a full panoramic roof. You got super fancy stitching and seats. They even got massage on them. You got mood lighting throughout the cabin. You can change it from like blue, purple, orange, red, green, and a couple other ones. And then you've got this absolutely huge steering wheel. It's basically a steering wheel for Thor, and then a gear change, literally like the handle of Thor's hammer. It's huge. So I guess you could say you got masculinity in here and beauty. Woohoo. But there's not much to say. I mean, it is a Ford, so you still get the typical Ford infotainment system. It is a very nice infotainment system. It does navigate very well. It's not confusing at all. You got a little heads-up display right here with some information on it. And then you got your RPM and your speedo over there. I mean, F-150s, there's not much to complain about on the insides because they're massive. The back seats, you could put a twin bed back there. It's that big if you fold up the back seats on the Super Crew cab. But I guess, I mean, driving around in this just a little bit, the biggest issue is, I guess, and it's kind of a stupid one, when the sun is low, like in the afternoon, and it reflects on the glass, it actually fogs out the entire window. It's really annoying. Sound system, you got an incredible sound system. On the Platinum models, you get an 8-inch subwoofer in the back, so it shakes the car, literally. I guess for one bad thing, on a hot day, it can shake it so much, and the plastic on the mirror actually expands so much that your rear view mirror can actually drop on its own just by the vibrations. Okay, this is actually annoying. The command system, like the sync system that they use in here for the infotainment, the voice control, it's iffy. Like, you try and call somebody, half the time you can call them, half the time it tells you, okay, setting destination for Carol. Random name. But it's a little annoying. Also, some new techie stuff they got in 2015. They got you got a 12 volt and 120 watt right here. You got 4-wheel drive. It's a 4x4. The Platinum only comes in a 4x4. And interesting thing, kind of makes it into a Range Rover. It drives itself. Now, no, it's not like an actual Tesla, but kind of in Range Rover fancy, lazy, white-collar driving standards, you can press the cruise control on, and at over 40 miles an hour, it'll actually basically keep itself in its lane. It's honestly a lane assist, but it's so advanced to where you can literally take your hands off the steering wheel and not freak out about what's going on or what's happening. So yeah, it's a very nice truck. A very nice truck. Now, said a lot about the interior and the exterior. Let's go see how this thing handles on the road, because that is the most important test. If it's quiet, if it's comfortable, if it accelerates properly, if it brakes nicely, all that. We're going to go cover that right now. But in typical Crash Carse fashion, let's get a start up of this puppy and let's see how that V8 sounds. To the back. Well, I mean, hey, American muscle, right? That sounded good. Well, let's go see how this thing handles off-road for like 100 yards and then on the road for a while I explain how it drives. Let's go. All right, coming down off that precariously perked hill. Now, off-road, you're obviously going to get those wobbles, I'm going to just put this under my shoulder. You're going to get those wobbles, bumps, and all that, because, I mean, those are pretty serious bumps. And you're just going to have to get over that. I mean, it is a very comfortable off-road machine, but whatever. You're going to get those bumps and all that. Now, obviously, we are in a city, and a truck is big. But you know what? One great thing about driving this truck for a while and figuring it out is this truck, unlike a couple of its predecessors and its competitors, they're just like big lumbering giants that you just have to steer and point and get it there. But this F-150, the 2015 and above that they've now come out with, it kind of sucks in around you, and you and the car become one. Like, you know where all the points of the car are, even though you can't see them. You know how a bump is going to feel. You know how to avoid it exactly. Even if you're on the edge of a cliff and you have like 2 millimeters, you know exactly how to get around it. The car and you just become one. And parking, it actually self-parks itself. Do I trust that? No. Because that's a computer. I'm not a big fan of computers and cars and driving them. I mean, yeah, Tesla, still scary. But it self-parks itself, and hey, I mean, well, that's new. 16 miles till empty. Let's go. But anyway, back to the main spiel about trucks and cities. You get around town, you get what you want, you get where you want to go, you can park wherever you want to. Typically, you have to back in, it's just easier. Okay, here's some speed bumps. What speed bump? That's a great thing about this truck. The suspension on here is so wonderful. And actually, quick tidbit of information. The F-150 Platinum has an upgraded suspension, so you're basically riding on another level. On the Platinum, they put an extra layer of insulation on the doors and everywhere around. And they also, for sounds, like car sounds, like, okay, speakers and all that, on all the glass throughout has a protection film. It's called SoundScreen. And what SoundScreen does is, it's basically a piece of plastic in the glass that absorbs and reflects sound waves and pushes them back outside and keeps the one inside. So you get a super, super crisp sound on the inside, and you don't get any of that outside road noise, speaker noise, or just people yelling at you if you're doing something stupid or if they have road rage. But I mean, this car handles and drives wonderfully. Barely any bumps. The only thing is, in wet conditions, the cruise control does not like it, and nor does the traction control. Now, when I say cruise control, I mean like the smart cruise control. For some reason, when the pavement and the concrete gets wet, it can't read the lines very well, so it doesn't help you stay in the lanes, so you actually have to pay more attention. And it can get on the sensors for some reason, and it just does not end well. But the traction control, that's the more important thing. When you go up a hill more than 2 degrees, this is self-experience, and you try and accelerate casually, aggressively, timidly, the back tires spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. And it's kind of dangerous. But also on turns, even just flat turns at 20 miles an hour and the speed limit says 25 through the turn, your tail end can come out, and obviously that's kind of scary, because that's kind of scary. Not many people know how to handle a vehicle that's got its tail out and out of control in a turn, especially a big vehicle in a city, because city lanes are smaller, the roads are smaller to accommodate for everybody and everything, and it can possibly cause a lot of accidents. But dry ground, you can basically turn this thing into a race car. And it's even got a sport mode. A pickup truck with a sport mode, guys. I mean, what? No, it doesn't change the baffles. This thing doesn't have baffles. It's not that fancy. It's not an Italian sports car. But it does make it more sporty. It holds it down in the gear longer. It has more aggressive gear changes. And they did a great job with how aggressive that sport mode button does make the car. And you know what? Let's put it on. All right, a little bit of sport mode driving. Obviously now you can hear the car come alive and it kind of sounds good. Oh, straightaway. What the heck? Sounds good, right? And it's quick. Like, that was quick. That was basically a dead stop to a certain speed. Can't say it. Sadly, I think we're coming to the end of the review. I mean, quick recap, I guess. Ford F150, 2015, Platinum. It's got incredible body lines, incredible utility. This 5.5-foot bed on the Platinum, you can put anything you want in there. You can tow almost anything. You can tow a boat, you can tow a trailer, you can do whatever you want. Just obviously up to a certain weight. And it's 4-wheel drive, so you can take it off-road, you can do all that, and it's perfect to take in the city. It even parks itself, like, come on. It's super comfortable. It drives well. You could sleep it in if you had to. You could put a twin bed back in the back seat. And I mean, it is a performance machine. It is. It's a sleeper, but it is. It's just wow. But I mean, what y'all need to do is, if you're interested in one, go test drive one, and you will see how awesome this is. Because, I mean, yeah, I've said it throughout the video, low-key, mine, blah, blah, blah. This is my vehicle. Congratulations, y'all have finally seen what I drive, if y'all have ever been curious. Probably not, but this is my 2015 Ford F-150 Platinum, and just to let y'all know, y'all be seeing much more of this. We'll be doing straight piping, we'll be doing oil changes. I actually am about to get a train horn put on this thing. It's gonna be insane. We're obviously gonna do a little pranking videos with that. That's gonna be so much fun. But all I can say is, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out more of my videos on YouTube, Crash Cars, obviously. Go hit that big red subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Check out my Instagram and my Facebook. They're both Crash Cars. And my website, which is Crash Cars Online. Like I said again, thank y'all so much for watching. See y'all next time. Crash Cars out.